Welcome back, it's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Summer Vibes collection from Echo Park. This is a newer collection and I absolutely love the color scheme. You can see I already used the layout once because I have quite a few chunks cut out of different papers. If you haven't caught that layout, it's a layout I did for the Erica Rose Creates design team with a divided circle cut file. So definitely check that one out. That is one of my favorites here lately. So the photos I'm going to be using are vacation photos from a couple of years ago, and I am not going to trim them down at all, and I'm actually going to just have them kind of go across the page. I decided to use a border and used that red kind of floral paper there. That is kind of, I think, 1 inch by 1 inch all the way around. So what I end up doing is I put the paper over on my paper cutter to 1 inch and then kind of go down 1 inch and start cutting it there, and then go down to, let's say, 11 inches. And then I rotate the paper the 4 times for all of that. Hopefully that makes sense. Because when I first started doing it, I didn't even think about using the measurements on my paper cutter. So again, I go down 1 inch and cut from that 1 inch down to 11 inches. And then I make sure that on the paper cutter, my paper is over 1 inch, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. So I kind of wanted to go with the color scheme from these photos. My son has that orange shirt on, and then he has that fun, colorful drink. And so I wanted to make some layers behind the photos, but I didn't want to waste all of the papers, so I just cut them into strips here. And then I wanted to use up the palm tree paper. We don't live where there are palm trees, and so because these photos are from Florida, I decided I wanted to use some of that up. The problem with that is that the background of that paper is white, so I didn't want that paper to sit right on the white background. So that is why I cut my orange paper a little bit thicker and longer than the palm tree paper, so that it had a good kind of border around it so that it would stick out better than if it was just sitting right on the white paper there. So once I get my photos lined up, I am just going to end up kind of eyeballing that orange paper from side to side. Obviously, I do end up using my T-square to make sure that I at least have them lined up top to bottom, if that makes sense. And same thing with this here. I'm so sorry for getting my hair in there. Oh my goodness. I need to get better at that. So once that's kind of done, now I kind of feel like maybe I should have a strip, a thin strip of, I chose this green. Again, there's some green in the drink there and the palm tree, of course. So I cut it just 1/4 of an inch and line that up so that my photos are separated from my pattern papers. I didn't want too thick of a line, and so that's why I just did 1/4 inch and then struggled. I wanted it kind of overlapping my photos a little bit, and the way I had it placed first, it was not. Now to embellishing. I knew I really wanted to kind of incorporate more of the vacation vibe pieces of embellishments, and that sticker there, Vacation Vibes, was absolutely perfect. And then also obviously bring in some of those palm trees too, again, because we don't have them where I live. So if it's not vacation photos, they're not going to get used. The thing that really drew me into this collection, because I told myself at the beginning of the year, I wasn't really going to buy anything new. But the colors are different and more kind of boyish. Obviously, you can make girly layouts with this one. But having 2 boys, I really struggle finding a good collection. So when I do, I will buy it. And this one, with the color scheme, I just knew that I had to have it. And so I did end up buying that one, or this one, I guess. I will link it down below for you guys if you're interested, if you're in the same boat as a boy mom and need a good boy collection. This is definitely it. So I did want to kind of spruce up that top a little bit. I left the title cluster a little more on the plain side there. I did end up adding one of the sticker brads just to kind of finish that off. It is a little sunshine, and I thought that was kind of cute up there with the tree. And then down here at the bottom, I did use kind of a larger floral cluster as a layering piece for that chipboard. I think it's chipboard. And I think I popped that up on some foam tape. One thing I noticed, and I think I've noticed it on another collection too, but the chipboard does not have any adhesive on it. It is just the chipboard. I thought that was kind of odd. Not a big problem because I will tend to add my own adhesive anyways, because I have found that the chipboard, being the weight it is, will tend to fall off your layouts if you don't add your own adhesive. Especially, you know, layouts I've done years ago. That is one thing. That and alphas are one thing that I go back and kind of find at the bottom of my page protectors. So yeah, definitely make sure you're adding your own adhesive so you don't come across that later on when you're looking at your layouts. I was only going to have the 2 clusters, but just felt like it needed a third one. And so I ended up using kind of that surfboard and those fun sunglasses that have like the sunset with the palm trees silhouetted in them. I thought that was really fun. And again, more palm trees. So just trying to kind of finish off my clusters here. I love these sticker brads. Think they're just such, I don't know, I like how they look like brads without adding that extra bulk like the old ones do. So once I kind of scatter the brads throughout, I think that's really going to finish off this layout. I did add a puffy sticker to the sunglass cluster at the top. I forgot, I did go into my stash. I felt like maybe I could use a phrase at that top cluster, but instead I actually found one that worked for the bottom cluster. So that's an old Freckled Fawn chipboard collection, and that one phrase worked really nicely for the bottom. I wish I could have kind of overlapped the brad with that chipboard piece, but it just, I don't know, it is what it is, and I just like kind of how that helps elongate that bottom cluster at the bottom. So that, I think, is going to finish off this layout. Again, I will link this collection down below for you guys if you are interested. I will have another layout featuring this collection later on, probably just next week, probably, or end of this week. I'm not sure, but it is done. I just have to edit it. So stay tuned for that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.